If you watch this channel, you already know that I'm all about finding ways to better manage stress. I'm all about the kinds of tools that you can have, picking the right tool for the right situation, prevention, anything and everything that can help you to manage stress more effectively. One of the things that we have to look at is stress and its effects on families. Many people live with families, whether they're blood relatives, whether they're families by choice, friends, whatever the case may be. Many people have a home that has more than one person. And despite your best efforts, even if you're doing everything right, you're following all of my suggestions and applying all of the tools to your daily experience, if you come home to a stressful household, if you come home to a stressed out family, all your efforts will be, to some degree, undermined, which is why it's so important to look at families and stress. Creating the kind of family environment and the kind of home environment that is supportive of your efforts to reduce stress and to effectively manage stress is critical. And again, while I use the term families, this can mean anything. This can be blood relatives, non-blood relatives. This can be friends that share a home. This can be just you and your pet or your pets. Because after all, anybody that is in your environment affects the environment. And that means even you solo flying, solo all by yourself. If you live alone, no pets, no people, it's important that your home is the kind of environment that promotes stress relief and peace and serenity rather than chaos that adds to the stress in your life. So don't tune out if you are living all by yourself, no other people, no pets, because this is just as important for you to address and consider as a single person living all by themselves as it is for people who live with others in their household, such as families. One of the ways that you can promote a stress-reducing environment in your home is to focus on the family as a whole. While each family member has their own responsibility of managing stress effectively, and of course they can do so by learning all of the different things that I've taught throughout the existence of this channel, but collectively a family absolutely must come together to ensure that the family unit is a peaceful one, is one that helps to manage stress rather than one that adds to stress. Now, does it mean that your family will be forever stress-free and no one in your family will ever add stress to the experience? Of course not. But we aim high so that even if we miss, we're still in a pretty good place. As I already mentioned, each family member has their own responsibility to work on their stress management skills. As a family, you can engage in family activities that can actually be stress reducing in nature, that can help to not only address stress, but can help to create healthier relationships between the family members, that can strengthen the bonds between the family members. And all of that absolutely adds up to creating a stress-free, or more realistically, a much more reduced stress zone in the home. What kind of activities could these be? Let me give you some examples. You could do something like yoga as a family. You could do something like other exercise as a family. Maybe you play basketball together, or you go hiking together, or you go for walks together. Something where you're together, and the benefit of that togetherness through the activity of your choice is stress reduction and better stress management. Things such as game nights or movie nights or creative outlets, whether it's inside, outside, arts, crafts, gardening, it's up to your own imagination and really preference. Get together and do things that will bring you together closer as a family, but will also help to reduce the stress in your life, reducing the stress for the family as a whole. Your environment makes a big difference. This means taking care of your home, making sure that it's not cluttered. If you have clutter, roll up your sleeves and unclutter it, because the environment you're in will affect you greatly, and it will affect every single member of your family. So if your aim is to create a peaceful, stress-reducing environment, home and family, then you have to take care of that environment. Make sure that your environment is clean and pleasant and comfortable and not cluttered. And none of it requires lots of money or anything special. It just requires rolling up your sleeves and taking care of your environment. Creating quiet spaces, creating peaceful spaces. And this is equally as important inside as it is outside of your home. Maybe you have a garden. Maybe you have a Zen garden. Maybe you have a happy zone in your backyard where you're not allowed to complain when you're there. Or maybe you have laugh hour with your family where you're watching funny things or telling jokes or trying to make each other laugh. Your imagination is your best friend here. But create the kind of environment that includes the physical environment of your home that will promote and foster peace and calmness and proper stress reduction over one that is chaotic and loud and disorganized and unkept, maybe disheveled. So pay attention to the environment in which your family lives. Communication, specifically healthy communication, is key. If you are in a family, and most people are, you have to be able to communicate effectively in ways that are healthy and non-destructive. Working on healthy communications could be something as simple as practicing talking to one another. So often people don't talk to one another anymore. Everybody seems to be glued to their telephone or computer screen, and communications are limited to one-word answers and texts. Learn how to communicate with one another so that you can avoid issues and misunderstandings and all kinds of miscommunications. You may benefit from having a third party help you with that. And if you're really interested in this, I strongly suggest seeing a family therapist. Seeing a family therapist doesn't mean there's something wrong. You could simply see a family therapist as a family for the purpose of gaining some skills from that therapist in terms of how to better communicate more effectively and in a way that fosters and promotes peace and calmness within your family. Another thing that can be very helpful for families in terms of stress reduction and creating a peaceful, calming home is getting into routines, establishing family routines. Most people have routines for themselves, individual routines, where they take care of certain things, do certain things at a certain time in a certain way with certain people or without people. But it's also important to have routines for the family as a whole. Just as activities with your family, where maybe it's game night or going out to be in nature can bring a family together, so too can routine. So explore the idea of having set routines for your family, ones that promote healthy stress management, that promote effective stress management, that promote healthy, effective communications, and in essence, that help you to better deal with stress as a family. And of course, if you have been a student of what I have to offer here, or anyone else who teaches similar things for that matter, you are already well equipped with all kinds of tools that you can apply beyond just yourself, but you can apply to your family and your home environment. So remember that while this is a potentially new topic on this channel, this is something that I may not have discussed at length in the past, specifically families and stress management. You already have the foundation of what effective stress management looks like for you as an individual that can very easily be applied to the family unit. If you'd like to learn more about a comprehensive approach to stress management, check out the link below.